What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Hey, guys. Hey, so I saw a video today that I thought was really interesting. So I've been on Fresh and Fit. I've been on all these different podcasts where it's basically about, well, I don't know, empowering males, empowering masculinity, going back to the days of traditional family values, the days of the nuclear family. And look, I'm not saying women can't have careers. Look, but I think there are sacrifices that can be made where you have a dual parent household in which one parent is with the child at least most of the time. Now, let me explain. I understand in this current economy, it is extremely difficult to have a family to provide because the economy is not all that great. I completely understand that. I get it and I empathize with it. But there are some people who do make it work. There are some people who do make it where, hey, they can have a parent stay home and they can have a parent work and they make it work. Will you be living a lavish life? In many cases, no. But I thought this video that I'm about to show you also demonstrated that, hey, you know what? If you want to make it work, you can. You just can't live a lavish life. Now, as you guys know, I've been with my wife since, I don't know, I was 16 years old. We are high school sweethearts. So that's an anomaly. But when we had our first child, my wife had a great career, phenomenal career, had a newly started business, Taxation. So my wife was moving up the corporate ladder, making waves, kicking ass, taking names. And she decided, not me, she decided that she would stop working so she could stay home and raise the kids. Now, I was scared. I'm honestly petrified of this thing because, well, that's a lot of responsibility. You expect me to take care of this entire family on my own? Not just myself, but if I mess up, nobody eats. Not just me, nobody eats. So I actually tried to talk my wife into not staying home with the kid. I want her to keep up her job. I'm like, hey, we go daycare. We go this, we go that. We can do daycare. That's fine. By the way, for those of you watching live, enter your comments in the chat on YouTube, on Rumble as well. I will read those off of Rumble. Rumble's live as well. Twitter, I have no idea how you chat in the chat room. I have no idea how that works, but if you can figure it out, rock it out. So anyway, my wife's like, no, we're going to make it work. You're going to make this happen. So what happened is when she left her career, again, took time off. She's been working since the kids have been old enough to go to school and do their thing and take care of themselves for the most part. After the first 7, 8 years, right? When we get the real values instilled in them. And I had to travel a lot during that time. So thankfully my wife was there. My kids, we don't have in-laws to help us. We don't have any of that. But it forced me to become a man. It forced me to work harder. It forced me to go as hard as I can to provide for my family. It's that fight or flight response. And I think that most men watching this right now can do it. Look, you might have to work extra jobs. You might have to take up a night shift. You might miss sleep. You might miss some workouts. But at the end of the day, what are you on earth to do? When you have a family, your job is to provide for that family and bring some great kids into this world to grow up to be our future leaders. Without further ado, let's go ahead and watch this video.
Take care of you and your daughter.
At least $1,000 a month.
So watch this from the beginning.
What's your age?
22.
Are you single?
No.
How long you had a man?
5 years.
And how long have you had a baby?
He's almost 2.
Was it with him or with somebody else?
Him.
So how much does he have to make to take care of you and your daughter?
At least $1,000 a month.
$1,000 a month?
Hold on, yo. She said $1,000 a month. Bro, that's $12,000 a year. Wow. And I'm going to explain regionalities. We'll explain other countries as well. We got my man here, AJ Aesthetics. What's up, AJ? AJ Aesthetics in the house. I'm in the UK, 30K pounds. Would barely keep a roof over my head, let alone our family. Our country is broken. I'll explain to you that in a minute. Okay, I will explain everything about how it can work with 30K. I'll explain it. Because guys, you might not know this. I've been broke as shit before. I know what it's like to be poor. If there's one thing I know how to be poor.
Food, groceries, car insurance, diapers, wipes.
Now, how much would you say a man has to make annually to take care of a family of 3?
Annually, overall, at least 30 grand.
At least 30 grand. Yeah, it can work. You're just not gonna be living in fucking New York City, guys. And I'll explain that. And we have a good chat here from Chris Varney. And man, Chris, thank you for joining us on Twitter, by the way. Thank you guys for joining me on this Sunday. For everybody joining me, if you go to tigerfitness.com now, I made a coupon code just for you guys. Coupon code is Yummy Cookie. YUMMYCOOKIE. Yummy Cookie. We got cookies and cream outright bars back in stock. Go load up. It's Yummy Cookie. Yummy Cookie. 10% off everything at tigerfitness.com. Viraj, I want you to do me a favor, bro. Don't pay attention to the math. Don't pay attention to the math. She said at least $1K a year, a month to provide for her and the baby, and then at least $30K a year. So that's bare minimums. 1K would be bare minimum, but bear with me. Forget about the number. The number is not what I want to discuss here. I want to discuss the message. Please, for the sake of this exercise, let's just pay attention to the message. Okay, ready?
A year.
On just a baby? Or
Every expense you would need for a stay-at-home mom and a child.
So that's for an adult male, a mother, and a child. $30,000 a year. By the way, shout out to The Desirable Truth for this video.
but if he's spending $30K a year on both you and your daughter, how much more would he need to make to live comfortably?
Oh, we are comfortable. That's comfortable.
Did you hear that? See, there's need-based people and there's want-based people. I'm a need-based person, but I can afford want-based things, but I still don't buy them, right? Just this year, I started buying clothes that I didn't make myself. Like I got this shirt, I got a whole wardrobe because I have to look nice for meetings. I'm on a lot of Zoom calls and wearing a shirt with a tiger going, that's not something you really want on Zoom calls. So with big companies, it's just not good. But the thing is, everybody thinks they need a $100,000 car. Everybody thinks they need $1 million house. Yeah, it's really cool having a multi-million-dollar house, but do I need it? The answer is no, you don't. Now, if you have money, it's a great investment, especially in areas of Tennessee that just keep appreciating even during the downturn in the economy. But if you don't have the money, should you go into debt? Look, I'll tell you this. My wife and I lived at an apartment in Thousand Oaks, California. I started at Weeder. In California, guys, I was making $24,000 a year to start. $24,000 a year. Okay, living in an apartment were $800 a month at the time. Holy shit, that apartment's got to be like 10 grand now. Okay, this is in 1999. This is in 99 or 2000, one of the two. We bought our house in Sylmar in 2002. Yeah, somewhere around there, 99, 2000. And I'll tell you what, we didn't go into debt. We were actively paying off student loans. My wife had a minimum wage internship at JD Power and Associates, and she was still going to school. And guess what? We made it work. We didn't go out to eat. We bought things on sale. We didn't do much, but we had each other and we had love. Our entertainment center, we found in a dumpster. It was literally, it was trash. Like we had trash for our living room furniture. And then we had a table from IKEA. And we had a couch that her mom gave to us that everything was broken. It was floral print. So we threw a green sheet over it and called it a day. But we were just as happy as we've ever been because we had each other. We had love. And that's what this woman's talking about, man. This is a good woman. This is a good woman. Like this dude found himself a treasure.
So a family of three could survive off of just $40K a year?
Yeah.
She just says it matter-of-factly, like, yeah. Now, is she right about the finance? I don't know. She might not even know how much homie makes. I don't know. But at the end of the day, she's comfortable. She knows she's not living a lavish life. She knows she's just getting by, but she has this beautiful little baby. She has a husband who probably works his ass off. And honestly, they're probably in love.
It's just not going to be a lavish lifestyle.
Boom. Guys, that's the problem. We have it too fucking easy in this world. We don't understand how lucky and fortunate we are to live in this day and age. We all argue about Trump and Biden and Putin and this and that and the third. Guys, I know shit might seem fucked up, but guys, you do realize there were crusades back in the day? Like in the early 1900s, we didn't have electricity. You had to use fucking candles and lamps and shit. Like little fucking lanterns. Like, guys, this is such a dude. Even the poor people have fucking iPhones. Think about it. Shit, we give illegal immigrants iPhones and $10,000. I mean, maybe that's the answer. She should just denounce her citizenship, go to the border, cross over the southern border, come back, 10 G's and a phone.
Oh, but this economy sucks.
How long you had on man?
Hold on. I pressed the wrong button.
It's just not going to be a lavish lifestyle. But this economy sucks.
She's not wrong about that. She's not wrong about that. The Democrats will tell you otherwise, but I mean, the economy's not the best. Inflation's through the roof.
So you just make it work.
Yeah.
What's your?
Here it is. You just make it work. So that's the take home from this, guys. I mean, look, the problem with social media is you go through and it seems like everybody who's on social media who you follow drives $100,000+ car. You know, they say they live in these houses. They probably rent them. A lot of them spend all their money to look like they're making money. But at the end of the day, most Americans, what is the median income? Like $50,000 across the country? That's including even New York City, where the median income is much higher. Brentwood, Tennessee, where the median income is above $200,000. So if you take the median income, even if it's 60, 70, that's the middle. That means that there's people below and there's people of Chris Varney. Thank you very much. 55. I was right there. I said 55, 50 or 60. Thank you. So here's the thing. You just have to make it work. And as a man, if you want to have a lifestyle or a life where your wife is at home raising the child, which by the way, I'm neither here nor there. I think a lot of working parents get it done very well. I think a lot of times childcare can be a good thing, but you also have to make sure that you're there to instill your values in the children. Me, the best decision Katie and I ever made was Katie staying home with the children. And I'll be honest, that was her decision. It was not my decision. And honestly, like if she would have stayed in the workforce, she'd be making well over 500 G's a year right now. Well over 500 G's a year. She'd be running things. She'd be a senior VP, but she wouldn't trade what we've been able to get from our kids, the successes and what they're doing and their work ethic and their values. People are like, hey, Mark, how are you sending your kid to college? They're going to get indoctrinated. Because I had 18 years of my wife and I instilling proper values, moral, ethical, you name it, financial values in my daughter. I'm not worried about her coming home with purple hair and, you know, a tattoo of Marilyn Manson on her back, if that even a thing. We instill those values in our children. So that's the problem. These parents, they live in these bed. I see it all the time. They live in these, you know, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6 million homes. They're both working. They have enough money. One can stop. They can downsize a little. Then their kids don't even know their parents. They're what we used to call in the 90s latchkey kids, because kids wear a key around their neck because that's how they got in their house after school, because no one was home. These kids go off to college. Their parents haven't instilled values, ethics, and morals in them. And soon as you know it, they're in an encampment protesting a war. They have no idea what the fuck it's about. That's what fucking happens. So it's your choice. Which way, Western man? It's your choice where you want to go with this, right? Where do you want to go with your children? How do you want to raise your children? Who do you want to raise your children? So at the end of the day, man, it's about making those choices. And if you want to live, you know, in a house that's worth much more than where you live now, yeah, 2 incomes do help. Here's an idea though. What if the dude got a second job? What if he came home, played with the kids? I've done it. I'm working multiple jobs right now. Right? Like, you don't have to settle. This is the only time in history I can literally click. I could take my phone, click a button and be at work delivering food or driving people around. You ever thought about that? It's the only time in the history of the world where everybody can have a second job. Everybody can have a second job. And in my opinion, and correct me if I'm a fucking a masculine narcissist, what's the word? Misogynist. Maybe I fucking am. But I think one of the reasons we're failing as a society is because dads aren't out doing dad shit and moms aren't doing mom shit. And we've got the gender roles fucking confused. Now you have no parents at home, and the government wants it like that. The government wants it like that because two parents working means they get to tax it twice. Oh, the marriage tax credit doesn't do shit still. And then the government, the education system, the public education system, they get to raise your kids for you with any flag they want in their class. Tell you what to believe, raise them into the wokeism, fucking sharing bathrooms with the opposite gender. Hey guys, if that's what you want, move to California. I'm good with that. However, I think that we can make the proper choice and choose to fucking buckle down, work hard as men, and raise our families right and take care of our woman. You take care of that woman, man. You fucking provide for her, buy her a fucking steak here and there, you know, and when you're home, I don't care if you have to drink 20 of these ghosts. By the way, 10% off, coupon code YUMMYCOOKIE at tigerfitness.com right now. I don't care if you have to drink 20 of those. Be awake, be with your kids. You're going to take time off to be at a dance recital, be at a soccer game, a football practice, a baseball practice, travel with the baseball team, whatever it takes. Man, we got to do fucking better. We got to do better. And luckily, what you see on Fit and Fresh or Fresh and Fit, I always get the fucking words confused. I think I'm dyslexic. And what we see on whatever, that podcast, my buddy Q Pill's on there, you know, and I was on Fresh and Fit, man. Dude, they had girls on there. They asked them a simple question. You can look at my episode when I was on the night show. They asked the girls a question. You could be with a guy who makes 50 grand a year, is nice to you, treats you with respect, has a future, or a guy who makes 450,000 a year, cheats on you, and treats you like shit. 8 out of 8 of those girls chose the guy making $450,000 a year. What this video showed me, those are some Miami bitches, man. At the end of the day, if you want to find a good woman, they're out there. You just got to keep looking. But they're out there. They're out there. Anyway, let's go to the chats. Let's go to the chats. First live I've made in 4 years. Chance, ask all the questions you want, my man. Ask away. We have no chats on Rumble. Rumble, you're quiet today. A lot of people on Rumble, but not a lot of people asking questions. Rumble, speak up. I'll read your questions. From Ben the Train, what do you think of the recent debate and the current condition of our current president? I will make no mistake about it. I will crawl naked over broken, sharded glass, set ablaze, covered in gasoline, fire burning. I will crawl over that glass naked to register my vote for Donald Trump this election. We need to get not only Biden, but the Democrats out. They do not align with, and I'm not a Republican, guys. I guess I'm still a libertarian, Mises Caucus, but after the guy they nominated for the presidency, I can't vote libertarian, y'all. So I'm voting for Donald J. Trump. If that makes you hate me, so be it. But if you're all about what Biden's been about, war, if you're about war, if you're about taxes, he wants to raise the taxes, he wants to get rid of the Trump tax cuts. If you're about, I don't know, this whole gender shit going on, by all means, if you want to support groomers, vote for Biden. But not me. Do I like Trump? Man, I was really critical of him during the pandemic when y'all were quiet, fitness industry. However, based on where we're going now, I see Trump as the only way to really stop the avalanche of bullshit that's going on in this country. So yes, I will be voting for Trump. And Trump just destroyed him during the recent debate. Joe Biden is a clown from Jersey. Hello, love you, Mark. Joe S. I'm in the UK. We already read this. So yeah, so in the UK, here's the deal. Shit's fucked up. Like socialism, man. You got social medicine. You got a lot of things going on there, right? Canada's the same. Have you seen Toronto's housing market? I'm speaking to Americans, man. Y'all got your own problems. I'm speaking to Americans because I can't speak for the economy in a country that I do not reside in and I don't experience, but I am in America. I talk to a lot of Americans and that's where I'm at. Okay, Chris, this is exactly what I've been saying. I'm in deep rural Appalachia, which I believe is the poorest area of the country, if I'm not mistaken, Chris. Like coal country, West Virginia, not too bad. I know people that do it, some making considerably less, but it's a struggle. It's constant. It is a stressor. But again, just make it work. You just make it work. So very true. What's up, my boy Leaf? Wow, she can't do math. Yeah, again, like the math wasn't exactly mathing. A lot of fuzzy math, as our good friend George W. Bush would say. A lot of fuzzy math, fuzzy math, a lot of fuzzy math. But on the real, though, she was spitting some knowledge. 30K is nothing, minimum wage. You're right. You're right. Work 2 minimum wage jobs. That's 2 minimum wage jobs, man. Just got to work. Hey, man, 2 minimum wage full-time jobs, 16 hours a day. Sure, I have some freedom here and there, but I work 16 hours a day right now. Sure, I get paid more than minimum wage, but like the reason I got to where I'm at is because I worked 16 hours a day and I still work 16 hours a day. That's just what you got to do to make it. Dude, the world's competitive. This isn't fucking everyone gets a trophy. I guarantee you this, if you work hard and you work smart and you put in the fucking hours and the time, you won't be minimum wage for long. Guarantee you that. Oh, the message is pure. She's a keeper. Chris, I like you. You're a good guy. Chris is a good man, a good mountain man up there in Appalachia. Where does she live? Montana? I'm guessing there's a Twin Peaks in the background, which is basically a Hooters, but with kilts. No, that's, hold on. No, that's fucking tilted kilt. Twin Peaks is basically, it's a barn grill, like tits and stuff. And I'm guessing it's somewhere in like Appalachia. Agreed. You don't need a lot. Hey, Shane, joining us from Facebook. Guys, the views we're getting across all platforms on this live, it is awesome. Thank you all for joining us. And like I said, because of this, coupon code Yummy Cookie on tigerfitness.com gets you 10% off the entire site. Please support us. From Leaf, shout out to Mark for keeping clothes on my back. Been repping MTS TF swag for almost every day for the last 5 years. And that's why you look so damn good, Leaf. That's why you look so damn good. Chance Harmon, I was making 33 here in Oregon 5 years ago when I got that W-2. I realized I was wasting my time. Isn't that another shit thing? We have to give like half of our paycheck to the government. Do you guys realize that the income tax was supposed to be only for a minimum amount of time to cover the Civil War? They never got rid of it. It just keeps going up and up. Then you have property tax, state tax, which I don't have in Tennessee. Fucking property tax is fucking unconstitutional and criminal. By the time you're done, you're paying 50 to 60% if you're in the top wage earners. Top, I don't mean billionaires. I mean like 400,000 plus. That's the message from this woman and why it's pure. Thank you, Chris. Chance Harm, me and my wife are making $180 a year now. Our table is free on the side of the road. Hey, you know what? Thing about having money is you want to keep it. There's nothing wrong with that. We still cut coupons. We still look for sales. We still belong to every value club there is. We were excited because my wife and Preston wanted subs. They wanted sandwiches for lunch. And I was like, you know what? I don't feel like eating meat. I want some MTS whey and some oats. So I'm going to just go home while you guys get that. And we were so excited that we earned enough for a free sub. Lunch ended up being like $11, bro. I'm going to be a millionaire YouTuber like Cali Muscle. Aren't we all? Like what Cali Muscle shows us is that no matter how fucking stupid you are, you can make it. Boom. It starts at home. Amen, Cruz. I'll drink to that. From Chris again, my father was a single parent. Oh, a single father. He worked 70 plus hours a week regularly, but he still came to every football game I had in practice if he got off work in time. You always sacrifice somewhere. It's just where the priority is for the individuals. I was my dad's. Multiple times I have Ubered directly to a sports game with my suitcase and everything from the airport to be at my kids' games or practices multiple times. I've even shown up in suits, well, shirt and tie. So guys, that's just what it is. You had a great father. I'll never forget, like my dad, unfortunately got sick. My senior year of high school. I'll try not to choke. I always get choked up. So my dad had a stroke that week, and I was having a rough week. And my dad was at home, basically not really well. And he wasn't able, I didn't think he'd be able to come to my football game. It was Friday night. It was an important game too. It was like we were playing the second place team in the league my senior year. And I remember my dad wasn't going to come. And I remember Coach Scott McCrillo. I remember he's like, we're warming up. And of course, you know, I'm warming the team up. So I'm sitting there in the front as captain. So the coaches are here. We have the 4 captains in the front. And then Coach Scott comes up to me, taps me on the shoulder and goes, hey, look in the stands. And I look, and my dad was sitting there. I believe Scott gave him a ride. I don't think he drove. I don't think he was in the place to drive. He was still messed up. But my father, you know, he used to work. We lived in the high desert for a few years to get my mom away from the drugs of the inner city. And so my dad used to have to drive 2.5 hours from California City, California. If you guys know California, you know that's past Lancaster, to Culver City, California. So, and he still coached my little league team. He'd commute 2.5 hours each way just to be there for practice. So I had a really great father, really great father. Libertarian party doesn't represent real libertarians. It's a bunch of hippies that are somewhat professional corporate hippies now. Really sad, isn't it? I thought we had a shot, but it appears that libertarians are just as stupid as Cernovich said they were. Mike Cernovich calls them LOL-bertarians. And now I know why. Cerno was right. Again, all along, Cerno was right. 30K on red. My man's taking all that shit to the casino. JM, RBM, I'm not a grown man fully, but I feel you could raise a family off 20, 30. It would be really fucking tough, man. Really, really hard. Man, it would be hard. But what do you do? What do you do? All I can say is men need to be men. Like during the pandemic, I got in such fucking hot water. So I went on Instagram story. Me and this guy, Josh Shaw, had the same messaging. And I remember I did a rant and I'm like, guys, like the government's not going to fucking save you. Go out. Kroger at the time was hiring for like $25 an hour to stock shelves at night. I'm like, guys, go out, work as much as you can, stock shelves, whatever. While everyone else is in their house being scared of a cold, you can go ahead and you can make that bag and you can move ahead in your career. Boy, did the internet not like that one. Woo, that was tough. You look normal in that t-shirt. I am normal. I'm very normal. I'm a normal guy. Very normal guy. The bicep vein is going to tear the shirt. Well, I mean, hey guys, I don't always wear like muscle shirts. Like I do have to go to corporate things. I wear suits and everything. It's fucking great. I feel like you raise a family of 6 off of 30K. Okay, now you might be drinking too much Ghost. 90K isn't enough in Massachusetts to raise a family. So Justin, I ask you this. I ask you this just matter of factly. So when I moved from Illinois to Tennessee, I immediately cut my taxes by about 10% by not having to pay state tax. Hear me out. Do you need to work in the city? Move off grid, dude. Move to rural Alabama, rural Tennessee. I could show you plenty of places in Tennessee. Gorgeous forests and trees, gorgeous places that you can afford to live for way less than that. The problem is I moved to Brentwood, Tennessee, which is expensive as shit. In fact, they joke around when people come to your house to fix stuff, they call it the Brentwood tax. They'll charge you like 50% more than they'll quote everyone else because they know we'll fucking pay it. So yeah, it just depends where you want to live. If you don't have to live in the city and you can live off grid, man. I mean, I live in a city, but I go to these small towns all the time. Guys, there's nothing better than small town people. But I'll tell you what, living near Nashville is dope. I never go into the city for anything but sports games. But guys, you don't have to, like, you're not going to be, no, you can't live on 90K in Boston. You can't live on 90K in Stamford. You can't live in 90K in New York City. But you could live for 90K in some areas of Montana, Wyoming, Appalachia. You can move a lot of places. There's still some very affordable places in Florida, Tennessee. Shit, you go up to California, there's places you can afford. You go up to Northern California up there, past Tescadero and shit, you'll find some areas you can afford. If you don't need to live in the city, don't live in the fucking city, guys. If you pay taxes on property, it's never really your chance. Exactly. In America, you cannot own your own home. You have the facade of owning your own home, but as long as the government can fucking take it from you for not paying fucking unconstitutional tax on it, yeah, that's a fucking problem. Fuck no. Me and the wife make $250K and it's hard to make it. Well, Matt, it's not hard. You just live a fucking great lifestyle. Like, here's the thing. Right now, we're living a life well beyond what we would if we were making less. We're living a life well below what we're making. So my goal is always to be able to, let's say, downscale. Let's say shit goes bad. You have to cut your salary by 50% and still be able to survive. That's the goal. So I live in that range where, yeah, if shit goes sideways, we'll be okay. We have investments. We have an emergency fund. We're okay. The problem is people like you, if you're struggling on $250K a year, it's because you choose to struggle on $250K a year because you're getting Uber Eats every other meal. You're probably driving two $90,000 cars. Your house is you probably bought it at fucking 7% interest rate. It's probably a $2 million house. It's not hard to make it. You just choose to live a lifestyle that requires that kind of money. That's not an insult. Hey, man, you know, I'm of the mindset now, and that's why we're going on vacation next week. You know that you can't take it to the grave. Enjoy your life, enjoy the memories, and don't live like a cheap fuck, but just be safe. Yes, you can. It's not about your income. It's all about your expensive. From the high value man, speaking like a true based high value man. Good job, bro. Property tax is a scam basing taxes on imaginary value. Taxes in profit, not entire income or imaginary value, like asking price of the home. Yes. Yes. However, I'd say that all income tax is unconstitutional. Cheers to that. JMR clearly lives at home. 20, 30,000, we barely pay rent, mortgage, let alone demand of a single person. Yeah, it's going to be tough. I don't have a family and I couldn't live off 30K a year. I bust ass 60 hours a week. King, I'm not going to debate any of what you say. I'm going to ask you, where do you live? Can you move somewhere cheaper and make the same amount of money? Plus, if you keep busting your ass 60 hours a week, you're not always going to be making 30K a year. Keep educating yourself. Keep making that money. Do so. If you're a tradesman, keep learning new trades. You know, welders get paid bank. Maybe do a night course at a community college and learn a new trade, learn a new skill. There's a lot you can do. A lot you can do. Just keep grinding, keep hustling, and God bless you, the king. God bless you for your work ethic. I fucking admire you. You're close enough to Kentucky as well. Yeah, Kentucky has some cheap shit. Cut almost sales tax by shopping across state line, but it's a time thing at that point. You're right, Chris. You're right. Your thoughts on Proviron as a first cycle to help build some muscle, 10 years weightlifting. I've never heard of anybody in their right mind or even their wrong mind doing a Proviron cycle. Are you taking anything with it? That would be dumb, in my opinion. I wouldn't take any steroids if I were you if you don't have to, okay? Just don't take them. Unless you're deficient and your doctor prescribes them, it's just not fucking worth it. It's not worth it. Just don't do it. And especially don't do it since it's clear you don't know what you're doing yet. That's not an insult. Just please don't fucking take them. Hey, I watched your video on BPC 157. You didn't like it, but then you say you like it now. Chance, let me explain. So, I don't think I was using the right dose. Also, I believe that I'm getting it now from Amino Asylum. And I'll tell you this. So I strained my right quad, right at the quad tendon. I strained it really bad to the point where it felt like it was going to tear off the muscle, tear off the tendon. That's where the muscles come in and they all connect right above the knee. And so I'm like, fuck it. You know, I did 200 micrograms a day, 200 micrograms 2 times a day for 2 weeks. And yeah, it would have healed naturally, but not that fast. So I will say that 200 micrograms 2 times a day really worked. Now I'm doing the same in my lower back, and I was able to RDL yesterday without any back pain. So again, it could be placebo. It could have just healed on its own. But yeah, it is what it is. But again, you're still taking a risk by, having stuff that isn't available over the counter. We aren't struggling. 2 house, 4 cars, 3 kids. Matt, you fucking sold the bag right there, bro. You have 2 fucking houses. You have 4 fucking cars. You're not struggling. You're just living like a millionaire, bro. The founding fathers roll over in the grave. They knew we got charged a fee to be allowed labor. Yes. Government's fucked. Right now, we let them get too much power, and now we're slaves. Taxation is slavery. 30K at 60 hours. What the hell, mate? You need to get a different job. Live in Texas. Texas is expensive. Texas is not cheap. Y'all have some high fucking property tax out there. The days of restrictions of education are over. You can start learning basics of any job online. If you're doing one job, not making enough, spend all your time, you'll die if you don't advance. You're right. You could there's many ways to educate yourself and make more of that coin. Agreed. At the point where I'm considering TRT, 37, did sus when I was 20, no PCT, obviously discovered, had 3 kids. So the only reason you would do TRT is if you're deficient. You don't think about doing TRT. You get your blood work done, and if it's low, then you explore options. But you don't think about doing TRT. You are diagnosed with a deficiency, and you are prescribed TRT. So no, we're not talking about DECA. I am not a fan of DECA. It kind of fucks with your brain. It's one of the 2 drugs that'll do that and Tren, well, Halo too. And it causes something for me called DECA dick. You don't want to take DECA if you like having erections. I'll leave it at that. I bust my ass, blue collar job in the trades. Wife's a teacher. We live in one's rental. Yes, you have income from a rental property. You live in a house. You bust your ass, but you're still saying you struggle on 250 G's? No, you choose to struggle on 250K. You can downsize easily. Bro, you have 4 fucking cars. What are you renting them bitches? Are you on Turo just renting them fucks out? Like, if you're not, rent them on Turo. Make some of that money back. I was just saying 30K as much. I make 100K a year, bust my ass for 27 years, get this far, still pushing. Hey, the king, your name is legit. Your name is legit, bro. Hey, the king, mad respect. By the way, guys, if anybody wants to jump on, I got about 10 more minutes. I'm going to put the, on YouTube. You just have to have a camera. If you don't join, that's fine. I'll give it a couple minutes, but I'm going to put this on YouTube's comment section. So this is an invite to be in the chat, to actually join the video, and we can have a conversation. I can answer whatever question you have. So if you want to do that, I'll give it 2 minutes. If you don't, that's fine. I won't have, my feelings will not be hurt. A lot of people don't like coming live on these things, and I don't blame them. Mid-30s, people are working more than one job than versus the last generations. You're right. But you know what? What the fuck are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Nothing. We can't do shit about it. You just have to outwork. There's nothing we could do about the economy. You got to work within the system you're given. Like my fellas in Canada and my fellas in the UK. Guys, you have to work within the system that you're given. And the system is, right now, inflation sucks. Right now, the economy sucks. What are you going to do? We could talk about it all we want. We could talk about it being unfair. We could talk about boomers owning too many houses. I'm not going to change it. You're not going to change it. What the fuck do? Do you give up? Do you roll over? Do you bend over? Do you grab your fucking ankles? Do you cry to your mommy about it? No. You just fucking outwork everybody. That's all you could fucking do. Is it fair? No, it's not fucking fair. But guess what? Right now, the country's not what it should be. But you know what? It's still a great place to live. We're still doing better than the generations before us. So what do? What do? You sack the fuck up. You grab your balls with both fucking hands and you work. That's what you do. That's what men fucking do. We had men a couple generations ago, knowing they were going to die, roll up on Normandy and fucking take one for the fucking team. And you're mad because you have to work 50 hours a week? Like, I'm not addressing this to you, but like, guys, we're still in a great place. You just need to want it more than anyone else. How bad do you want to succeed? How bad do you want to have a great life? Look, man, everybody's like, oh, I don't want to spend my life like, working. I should be having fun. Bro, you realize in past generations, they had to fucking trek across the fucking harsh fucking land to get to a different fucking continent. Have you ever heard of the fucking gold rush? Everybody went to the West, fucking horse carriages and shit, their entire family. Guys, we're in the greatest fucking time in world history. And we're complaining because we have to work a little bit. We're not getting attacked by woolly mammoths. None of us are enslaved. Right? We don't have to wake up and have a slave owner fucking whip us. Right? I don't live in a Jewish ghetto in the 1940s. Right? This is fucking great. All you have to do is find something and work hard at it and outperform your peers. That seems pretty easy. One's a toy. You have a car that's a toy. Matt, I have one car. It's my car. It gets me from point A to point B and puts a lot of kids in it. My wife has a car. My two kids have a car. I don't have a toy car. If I had a toy car, I did once. We call it fucking Power Wheels. I'm not struggling that bad, but the inflation sucks. Matt, I'm not going to lie, dude. Vote, not Democrat. I don't care who you vote for, but just don't vote for Democrats. Vote for independents. Vote for fucking RFK. Just don't, at the worst case, neutral. Don't cancel out my well thought out vote with a vote for someone who's fucking, oh my God, that party. Yeah. I don't mind RFK. I just don't want to take away a vote from the guy who might win. What can we do to make it better for the next generation? You need to raise your children to be leaders because our generation has failed us. This current generation has failed us. It started with the boomers and it was all downhill from there. All we could do is raise good kids who work hard and have great values and ethics. Been on your test boost for 3 weeks. It has pushed me to grind, just work. Oh, that's awesome. Insurgent, I'm guessing the king. That's why he's called the king. Does your fruit cereal whey actually taste like Fruity Pebbles? It tastes like fruit cereal milk. It tastes like Fruity Pebbles after the Fruity Pebbles are gone and you drink the milk. It's fucking delicious. By the way, everything on Tiger Fitness is 10% off right now. Coupon code is Yummy Cookie, YUMMYCOOKIE. Try it. Buy one. It's not that expensive. Go ahead. Treat yourself. It'll help the economy. Is this a bad time to talk about buying shit? Jesus. I'm not taking it personal. I work more than one job. I want to leave my kids with land and some money. So I agree with you, except I want to make it better for the next generation. No, that's what I just said. We make it better by doing what you're doing. Also, pay attention. Vote. Vote in your local elections, even if it's for one guy, the head landscaper manager. Vote in every fucking election. Make sure you know what you're voting for. Educate your friends on it. And again, my opinion, the Democrats have gone too far, bro. Anything but Democrats. If you disagree with that, that's fine. Whatever. I can't roll with that. I can't roll what they've been doing lately. Excuse my typo, sir. Oh, dude, no problem, man. I can't. You never seen me text these two fat ass. Actually, I don't have fat thumbs, but is it Mike or Michelle? You know what? I'm not going to get a whole into that. I'm pretty sure Michelle Obama's a woman. I don't care. The jokes are funny. I'm not going to lie, but I don't think that's the argument we need to have. Name calling, orange man, old guy, whatever. The bottom line is, what are the policies? Who is destroying Title IX? Who wants to raise taxes? Who wants to have more wars? Those are my main things, right? If you have a president who had no new wars and a president who just seems to love war, I'm going to go with the no war guy. So again, it's really sad when I have to stand up here and campaign for Donald Trump, because I never liked Donald Trump. I never did. But right now, he's the guy for this election. He just is. He's the only one I could see kind of putting a little break in what's happening in the country right now, which I'm not liking the direction we're going. I'm not saying we're bad. I'm saying that we're literally committing lawfare where we're going after political opponents now. Dude, if Trump did that, what Biden's doing to Biden, if it was the other way, I'd be just as mad, because everybody knows that New York fucking case was bullshit. Everybody knows it. So they're like, oh, you're voting for a felony. You're voting for a felon. Have you looked at the charges? That wasn't even a felony. It was a misdemeanor that they somehow concocted and contorted to be it was a misdemeanor that was contorted to be a felony. I mean, and it was past the statute of limitations. I mean, don't get me started. Ain't no way Biden runs, but if he doesn't win, there's no fucking doubt it's rigged. Look, man, everything we question in 2020, every swing district, they're shown to have been tampering in the election. So to say that it was the election wasn't at least tampered with in some way would be disingenuous based on the facts given us. It is what it is. Like, we know that there were voting issues, machine issues, counting issues, and it's been proven in all these districts that were swing districts. So did it cause the election? I don't know. All I know is for us to say there wasn't election interference, election tampering, that'd be disingenuous of anybody. The conventional government as a whole loves war. Their sons don't die and the money pays for it. It's a win-win for shitbird politicians. Chris, if I'm not following you on Twitter, please remind me to. J.E.V. Savage, Trump is the better of two, and that is not good. We vote for a stronger American economy president, a.k.a. Trump, unfortunately. I agree. It's like people are like, you're MAGA. No. Make America great again. I think that's kind of disingenuous. I honestly think America is pretty fucking good now. I just think we can be better. You know, it's like, you ever see someone like win a championship like Mahomes? He's like, yeah, we did good this year, but next year we can be better. We can be better, guys. And I just have to be real. From my educated opinion, as a business owner, a family man, as someone who's been alive 43 years, I think Trump's the guy. I think you do. We've had some back and forth over the years. It's been quite a while since I've been too active. Well, man, I appreciate you coming on here. Anyway, guys, check Rumble. Rumble's quiet as shit, man. What's up with you guys? Anyway, guys, hey, I think we've spent enough time. I'm going to go spend the rest of my weekend. I'm going to go take my kid to the swimming pool. We're going to go swim some laps, get some sun. You can tell I got my tan going on here. And next week, I probably won't be doing lives for the next 2 weeks. I will be on a nice little getaway with my family, my last summer with all 3 children in the house because my daughter's going off to college. But I would just like to say that, and I want to state this emphatically for everybody listening, and please don't sign off yet. Look, man, we really appreciate everybody here. Really appreciate everybody here. We appreciate everybody being a part of this community. It's just, to me, it's fascinating that anybody watches what I say, watches what I do, and to have your support throughout the years through my businesses, whether it's tigerfitness.com, Ambrosia, whatever it is. A lot of you guys will comment like, hey, it's crazy that your daughter's in college. I remember when she was like 4 years old, and it just warms my heart because, you know, I've known a lot of you guys online since 2011, sometimes earlier with Facebook, as early as 2006, 2004. So when I come on here, and a lot of you guys know my kids' names, you know my family, and you see, I try to get information across, and I have to. I know a lot of you guys are like, well, why is he screaming? It's like, because I have to be entertaining, because it's YouTube, because I have to, I have to be, I can't just be like, well, here's the study. No, but at the end of the day, I appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate everything everybody's done throughout the years. It's been a hell of a run, and we're still going. So anyway, last time, got a sale going on at tigerfitness.com. Well, just for you guys, coupon code is Yummy Cookie, gets you 10% off. Please go support us. Cookies and cream outright bars are back in stock. Yes, Cammie goes to college. She's going to Kelley School of Business at Indiana University. I'm very proud of her. So you think you're getting old? I'm getting old. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to leave you with this ad that Ambrosia put together with me. And again, you can buy all these products at tigerfitness.com. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm Marc Lobliner. That's not a game.
Something to prime my body to reach my goals. You want to lose weight, but a lot of people just chase their tail trying to lose weight. Let me explain. You get the latest fad. You do the latest diet. You get on the latest pill. But think about it like a car. You can put the finest fuel in the car, but if the car is broken, what are you doing with yourself? You're just going to give your body this fuel, but the body itself is broken. Your body needs to operate efficiently. Your body needs your lungs, your kidney, your liver, your heart. They all need to be working optimally for your body to process the nutrients, to burn the fat, to even build the muscle. I'm looking for the best overall health and organ supplement ever created. And that's why at Ambrosia, we have something called Ambrosia Nectar. Since 2015, we've been focusing on things that other companies don't focus on. We needed people to operate efficiently with their brain. So we had mental jewels. We needed people to have proper fuel, Ambrosia Plant. But the product that I'm most proud of is Ambrosia Nectar. Ambrosia Nectar contains 13 natural, proven ingredients to help with all the things that make your body run. Ambrosia Nectar is what you need, and it is the perfect supplement to prime your body for whatever your goal might be.